Welcome back, friends, to another episode here at For the Love of Leftovers. We are once again in one of our favorite stores, Costco. I love looking at the furniture. This was actually a really nice piece, very heavy duty, sturdy. This was absolutely beautiful. I wish I could have taken it home with me, but the furniture is usually a section where I am just daydreaming about things that could go in our home maybe someday, right? It's always worth checking out. Usually they have some pretty good deals. Plus they always have these, holiday items. And at the time of this recording, it was almost Super Bowl. So they had this chocolate football, which I was super tempted to get, but I did not. I held off. I did get a few things. You'll notice in this video, I am sharing with you an entire month. It actually ended up being 2 months worth of groceries in all of these shopping trips. These look new. I haven't seen these before. We'll give these a try. I am here mostly for snacks for my kiddos, as I have more starting school and we're changing schools and all the things. So I need to find some good snacks to send them with. I have one that has to bring their own snacks and lunches. Let's take a look at the ingredients. So maybe it's because I'm here at night, but this is one of the first times I've seen brioche sliced bread and something called croissant loaf. Actually haven't seen these before, but maybe it's because it's usually so busy that I'm just kind of flying right by. Oh, this is a huge box of brioche buns. I love this stuff. We still have some at home, so I'm not going to get any. But seeing that they have that here at Costco sounds amazing. And Kinder's also has buttery buffalo sauce. That sounds amazing as well. Ooh, and it's marked with a star, so that means it is not coming back. This is the first time I've seen these here at Costco. Usually I have to get them at BJ's, but they are actually much cheaper getting them here. I almost walked right by this. These are peanut butter filled pretzels. I know a kiddo that will love those. These also look really good, but in a much smaller quantity. These buffalo chips are definitely an acquired taste, but again, great protein and something one of my kids will love that has to take snacks. And he really does love those. I always kind of underestimate how much he loves those. Those were gone, probably one of the first snacks. Oddly enough, he did not care for the peanut butter filled pretzels. Those were not his thing. So we just will not get those again. And I am showing you in this video a few of the price comparisons between Costco and BJ's. This is something that I do like to do as I'm going through Costco, is I have my BJ's app open, or I have the Walmart app open, and I'm checking prices on things that I'm looking at and going, that looks like maybe it's close. And so then I just compare and see how much it is at one of those other places and the weight and things like that, and make my educated decision there. I did want to try and get the beef like I've seen on TikTok, but oh my goodness, they must have caught on to what people were doing, because they had these big slabs out and ready to go and not at very good prices. This uncured bacon essentially wasn't a bad price, and neither was the shoulder, but the beef, that was incredibly expensive. So I did not go and get those big pieces this time, unfortunately. I did get a whole bunch of oranges. I have a couple kiddos that will just plow through those. I also grabbed some apples while I was here. In general, they're a little bit cheaper at Hannaford. However, I was looking at the price here of the apples, knowing that I wasn't going to be going out in the next few days to get apples at Hannaford. And so I made sure to look not only at the price, but also the size. So there were apples that were cheaper, except they were bigger, and I need at least 6 in each bag in order to make it worth it, because I have about 6 kids that will eat the apples. So I needed to make sure that at least one bag would feed them for a day. So I got about 4 days worth of apples by getting 4 bags, which is just silly, but I guess there are worse things that they could be munching on. And they had a good supply of berries here this day, and the prices were kind of comparable. Okay, we've made it home, and again, this has been really the first grocery haul, like full-on grocery haul of 2026, plus the first time we've gone to Costco in 2026. It's been months, so let's dig in and show you what I got this February at Costco. Okay, I'm gonna start right here because this is some frozen stuff that I need to just get put away. To get some pot stickers. As I showed you in the store, this ended up being cheaper. Even with a coupon at BJ's, it ended up being a bigger bag and cheaper over at Costco. We did need some laundry detergent, and I did really want to kind of like stock up on those things, because last time I did stock up on laundry detergent, paper towels, toilet paper, things like that. It lasted us a long time. However, this grocery haul, I was not able to do that, but we needed at least one. So we did get one of those, and it does seem to be working pretty well for my kid with sensitive skin. Got some apple juice. This is really, I mean, a treat. This will be gone by the end of the week. Easy. I had watched some Costco's latest from Kimberly Wadsworth. If you know the Wads, you know, and I'll put a little link up here in case you want to see the video. But this is one of the newer items to Costco, and I was just telling my husband the other day, I used to have one of these. It's like a grease screen, and I was just talking about how I wish I could find it or wish I had it again. I don't know what I did with the one that I had, but Costco had these. It comes with two sizes, a big one like a 12-inch or larger, and then a smaller one, and it has silicone around the edge, so it keeps a nice tight grip. And so hopefully this will help keep my clothes a little bit cleaner. Pretty much all of my clothes have grease stains on them at this point, and I have a few burns on my arm from recent cooking adventures. So hopefully we can make this be an awesome thing and highly used. Someone is loving the box. Just like the kids. I could have brought just the box home and he would have been super happy. Then I did get 2 bags of chicken nuggets. These should last for the month. I mean, we're not going to have them every week, but these are larger bags. So we could do this for dinner once a week, use half the bag. For the month of February, we've got 4 weeks. I mean, we're already week 1 in and done. So this should last the month of February, having 2 of these bags. And it was cheaper getting them with the 80 ounces at Costco versus, I think it was like 40 something, maybe even 50 something at BJ's with a coupon, so it was cheaper to go the Costco route. In case you didn't know, it is Year of the Horse, and it is almost Chinese New Year. And if you haven't seen one of my newer videos where I talk about being newly Chinese, you'll want to go over and check that out. But we're going to be introducing the kids to items that are, you know, new to us, different ethnicities, different cultures, and this is one of the ways that we can do that. Plus, I did get some of this spicy mushroom soup. This is more for me. This is a great, you know, quick meal that I can do during the week. And then got some Vietnamese beef pho. And so again, another quick meal for during the week, and my kids are welcome to have this as well, though they might prefer just the regular ramen with chicken flavoring. This is just ramen. It does not come with any flavoring, but we have flavoring we can add. And I did get a big thing of sesame oil the other day, so I needed a soy sauce because I ran out of that rather quickly, so did pick up some of that today at Costco. And then I do have some plans for some butter chicken, which you know, is not Japanese or Chinese, but ethnic nonetheless. And I just saw these naan and knew it needed to come home with me, even though I really could make them. So maybe that's in our future, is making a little bit of naan. Also coming towards the end of our rice stockpile, so I did get another 20 bag of rice. And again, make sure that you are looking at the ingredients. Your rice should be that, just rice, should not have a whole bunch of other ingredients listed. Then I did need to get powdered sugar. I don't have any plans for this, so to say, but I do think making some marshmallows or maybe even some Valentine's Day sweets or something like that could be in our future. So it's always good to just kind of have this on hand for just a quick sweet treat for the kids. Speaking of the kids, I got a bunch of snacks today, which is really what did us in as far as budget goes. So there are a bunch of snacks, and I'm going to have to severely ration between the kids and making sure that only those that are actually going to school and going to programs have the snacks. That's just gonna have to be how it is. So we did get these RX bars. These are one of my favorite. I really like the brown one. I can't remember I think the brown one is peanut butter. Really good. So we're gonna try some of these. Again, high in protein. These do have egg whites, so I was thinking my kiddo who is autistic, he really needs to work on getting some more, or we need to work on getting more protein into him. So that's kind of what I was looking at today, is what can I give him that he can take to his program that's going to increase his protein intake. Speaking of protein and peanut butter, these peanut butter pretzels, they are filled with peanut butter. These, I will portion these out into little sandwich baggies, and again, kids, actually it'll only be one of my kids that is able to take these because the rest of them cannot bring peanut butter to school or things like that. So that's going to be the plan there. I got these pita chips with a couple things in mind. This Sunday is Super Bowl, and we always do just like a family Super Bowl party. We watch it for the commercials. My oldest son is in love with sports in general. But I got this with the intent of getting a dip from Costco, again, that Kim has suggested on her channel. Unfortunately, they really didn't have anything that I saw that I thought my kids would be super excited about. They had hummus and they had spinach and artichoke dip, but I have stuff to make spinach and artichoke dip, so I guess we're just going to go homemade, and there is our chip for the weekend. We also always need coffee. This is what I have found to be not only really good, but also best price-wise. Price per ounce. This is really good. I don't particularly care for Folgers or whatever the blue one is. I can't remember what the blue one is. But this one I like, and it's relatively inexpensive as far as coffee goes. Speaking of coffee, my husband does like this Truvia, the stevia sugar, so I got some more of that. I should also start using that instead of regular sugar in my coffee. And more snacks. We have not tried these, but I have a kiddo, the one that is likely going to take these, and he likes crunchy things. That's one of his textures that he likes, so we're gonna give this a try. I also have smaller kids that are gonna be taking things to school, so again, just thought this is, you know, a great snack health-wise, and also, you know, easy for them to transport, not going to make anyone sick, those types of things. Then for the little ones that are going to be at home still, or the little one rather, he downs these things, so I will have to ration just to make sure we don't go through the entire box in one day. But this is a great way to just get more fruits and veggies into him. Otherwise, he's just getting apples and bananas all the time. We did need mayonnaise. I got this super large jar of mayonnaise that should last us quite a while. Speaking of treats, yeah, I saw those. That was like one of the first things I put in my basket. I'm sure I'll regret it, just because it's, you know, it's more of a nicety. It's not like a have to have. This was definitely a splurge, but oh my gosh, these are just so good, so good. When I tell you I debated this, because I've seen the documentary, I know all about the whole minced garlic, but I also know I was out of minced garlic, or I am out of minced garlic, and I wasn't sure what the price was going to be on actual garlic, like bulbs of garlic over in the produce section. This was on the other side of the store. I knew I didn't want to walk all the way back if I ended up needing it, so I just got that, and that's just, it is what it is. These are a nice little something to try. This will be a nice little sweet treat for the kids, and it also is made with yogurt and actual berries. So I mean, as far as sweet treats go for the kids, this isn't the worst thing that they could have. Nothing artificial either. Freeze-dried berries, and these are shelf stable. They do not need to be refrigerated, so all good things there. Again, more options for the kids. Lara bars. This is, again, for the kids that are going to school or going to their programs. And I'm thinking of adding one of these as kind of like their dessert for lunch. And we talked about this in Costco. I did get 2 of these bags. Again, full of protein, because these are actually chicken. These are not chips. And my kids liked them well enough, and it had the star on the price tag, so these are, once they're gone type of a deal, and who knows when they'll bring them back. So that's why I ended up getting 2 of those. And then of course I have a big kid, i.e. my husband, who is also liking the extra protein these days. And so he needs some things that he can take in the car with him that don't need to be heated up or cooled down or anything like that. And I mean, pretty much anything that Reese's puts out, he's gonna love. And then we always need a little bit more honey. So we weren't out, but we're coming to the end of our stash. So I figured getting another one of those was a good idea. And then these Singing Pastures original beef sticks. Not sure how everyone's going to feel about them, but my family really loves Slim Jims and beef sticks in general, and we've tried pretty much every other brand out there, so why not give this one a try, and if they don't like it, we just won't buy it again. Not a big deal. More treats. I was specifically asked to get some treats, something sweet, and my husband loves, again, you know, anything that's chocolate and peanut butter. That's his thing. He loves to put these into the freezer and have a couple of these every night or every other night, and yeah, so these will go in the freezer and they'll last for a while. These, on the other hand, will last about 2 days, and that's if everyone has only one, which is probably not realistic. So let's be real, this will probably last one day. These are so good. They are super buttery, super sugary, just really, really good. I did get some of these Hawaiian king rolls. They come as a double pack, and so I saw these, and the other day I made a lunch that my kids absolutely loved. It was like a chopped salad sub combination on these rolls, and like all of my kids loved it, and they like ate the vegetables and everything. So I plan to make a few recipes using these and putting them up on the website. That way I can share them with you guys as well, and I'll be sure to link that down in the description in case you want to go check out any of the recipes that I make with these. But you can find a bunch of recipes on TikTok too, and Hawaiian king rolls, so good. They do use egg and milk, I believe, to make these though. So just a word of caution in case you happen to have allergies like I do in my family. Cannot eat these if you are allergic to egg or milk. This is really another treat for my kids because we don't have cereal all the time. So did get this 2-pack of Honey Nut Cheerios, and these will probably last a couple weeks. So we'll get a good use out of them. Now over here, this, I will tell you, came out to be about $1.50 just over here. So I had them ring this up first, and I wanted to know where we were at, which honestly wasn't horrible because I did price compare a lot of things. I price compared strawberries and raspberries and blueberries and apples and grapes. I did price compare a lot, comparing them to BJ's and to Hannaford, and it was cheaper going the Costco route. So, you know, would have been more had I gone elsewhere. So I did get some mandarin oranges. Again, those going to school. This is easy transport. The apples will pretty much be restricted to eating them at home because most mornings the kids have one for breakfast or have one with breakfast. I did get 4 bags. This was one of the cheaper apples, but also the Cosmic Crisp apples were actually cheaper price per pound. However, the apples were huge. Okay, so I needed to make sure that I balanced the cost with the number of apples that I was getting, because the Cosmic Crisp ones were like 4 apples to a bag, and this one has like 6 or more to a bag. So at least I can get a couple days with 6 apples per bag. I have been craving strawberries, so I did get a couple of strawberries, and of course my kids will eat those too. And then we have raspberries as well. This ends up being more of a treat. I don't think we've had raspberries. Actually, we haven't really had fresh berries in quite a while. So we did get a couple things of raspberries, and then I did get a couple things of blueberries. I did get non-organic berries this time just because the price difference was pretty crazy. Like there was definitely a price difference. And now as far as like the Dirty Dozen and things that you want to buy organic if you can, berries are like at the top of the list. Today I knew I was going to be spending a lot as it was, and I knew I needed multiple of these things, so I just decided to go the cheaper route this time. I do have tofu in my refrigerator from January, and so I do plan to be making more Chinese soups, and of course the more variety we can get in the things that we eat, the better. So typically I do Bella mushrooms. I just like them the best, but I really do like all of these varieties of mushrooms as well. I like the different texture. I like the different tastes. There's, you know, different benefits, nutrient benefits when you can introduce a variety of items to your diet. So I'm very excited about these because I have seen these in a lot of Chinese recipes. So we've got multiple kinds of mushrooms there. I did get burrata cheese. I was going to get just regular sliced mozzarella, but the few times that we have had this, we have really liked it. So I'm going to try and make a point to actually use this up along with the tomatoes that I got. And we might just do it on pizza. I might be making some French bread to use it. I'm not quite sure yet. Very excited about both of them. Also on the same topic, I got some Italian seasoning and some Greek Freak seasoning. I love Greek seasoning. I've been into the Mediterranean stuff lately. I love how fresh it is, vibrant, and especially where we're in winter right now, it's a little bit of a pick-me-up. This was another item that had the star next to it, so I know they are phasing it out. I almost got multiple of them, but just got one. Grapes is another area that we actually saved a decent amount of money today because of the price. Each of these are 3 pounds and it was under $3 per pound. I'm like, in my regular grocery store, it's more. It's definitely more, or it's at least $3 per pound. So we did get a bit of a price discount there with both green grapes and red grapes. Kids will be super happy about that. Again, something I'm going to have to ration because otherwise they will plow through the grapes in one day. I have a big bag of celery in the fridge, and I have some pasta, and I have some butternut squash. So my plan, I knew I needed carrots because I have an Italian soup that I would like to make using all the veggies and the pasta. So we got some carrots for that. Plus carrots are a great snack and side dish for the kiddos. And we also got some lettuce. There's 6 heads in here, I believe. And I am definitely getting into the lettuce, the salads, having that chopped salad. Yes, it was on a Hawaiian King roll, but I could do that with just some ham or chicken and the same similar ingredients I go into a sub. I would have that just as a chopped salad. I don't need the bread. I'll just eat it as is. So I got those mostly for myself in mind. Okay, there were a few more things that needed to be gotten that Costco either did not have in the way that we like them or whatever, just didn't have them. So sent my husband to the store with a list, and this is what he got. So we got a couple bananas. We got an extra gallon of milk, especially with having that cereal. The kids will go through milk faster. So the milk that we have, plus this one, is just going to have to last either the length of the cereal or the length of the month. We needed another bag of cat food, so we've got that. And that seems to last us a decent while too. We've only got the one cat. Did get ground beef 80/20, $3.49 a pound. This ended up being $10.96. We did get a package of chicken breasts. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I am thinking that Greek seasoning, that Greek Freak seasoning. This was $2.99 a pound, about 4 pounds, which is just crazy. A chicken breast is a pound essentially. Then we've got chips and queso. I don't think he knew what kind I wanted, so he got both. So we've got 2 of those, plus these for sheet pan style nachos, which I do have a recipe over on castironrecipes.com if you're interested in that. I'll leave the link in the description. Then we needed some toilet paper and some paper towels. Would have been cheaper just based on these 2 brands, would have been cheaper at Costco last night. I was planning to go to BJ's today, but it started snowing and just things change. So lost out a little bit on savings there, but it is what it is. We've got some cat litter, which I actually don't like this cat litter. The kind that we have right now is actually more of like, almost looks like a wood shaving pellet type of cat litter, and it's lasted a whole lot longer. It's amazing, but again, I wasn't as clear as I needed to be And actually, I don't think Hannaford has the cat litter that we use. I'm pretty sure the cat litter that we use, I'll pop it up on the screen, I get at Petco. So I think I need to maybe change our dog food deliveries to include that type of cat litter as well, since we get that from Petco. Anyhow, needed a bit of the Miss Meyer's cleaning product because we are out of cleaning stuff. Needed some iron out. This is for our showers and our toilets and our sinks because we have super hard water, so everything just gets orange all the time. Then we've got some cocoa powder. My daughter wants to make a smoothie, and I thought that I had a ton of cocoa powder. Apparently I do not, so got a little bit there. Parmesan cheese, I'm sure that was an ask from one of the kids. Got some rice cauliflower. This is one of the best ways that I know to use up the cans of mixed vegetables that I have in our pantry by making cauliflower fried rice. The kids will eat it, and it's just, yeah, one of the easiest ways to use up those canned mixed vegetables. Banana pepper rings. Those chopped salad sandwiches I made the other day, used up quite a few of those. My husband and I have really been liking these in a variety of meals, so we need a replacement of that. We've got almond and oat milk creamer. This is my coffee creamer. I used heavy whipping cream this morning and regretting it. But Hannaford is like one of the only places, Hannaford and Target are the only places that will carry this kind of creamer. And this has this oat milk and almond milk blend is what I like the best. Of course, you can find non-dairy creamer at Costco and BJ's and these other places, but this is the one that I found that I enjoy. So that's brand loyalist right there, I guess. Then we've got white chocolate chips because my daughter wants to make a no churn vanilla ice cream and it requires white chocolate chips. These semi-sweet chunks are for a client recipe that I need to do soon. Cashew and coconut milk, yogurt. So I needed dairy, non-dairy yogurt. This isn't the one that I usually get. But again, when you're sending the husband to the grocery store with a generic list, it's not like you can read my mind. So we'll just have to add fruits and some honey and maybe even some cocoa powder to this when the kids want it. Angel hair pasta, that was a request and an earned item for my autistic guy. So this is about 2 nights worth. If everyone has angel hair, we have to have 2 boxes for the family, really for the kids. And then we needed some all-purpose flour because with my autistic son now going to a different program, I have to provide the food for him every day or every week, and so I can make things and send it. So I do plan to make some white bread to be able to send with him each week so that he can then make his sandwiches there and learn a bit more.
Cocoa Pebbles.
$1.50, we can do that.
Oh my God. $1.50. Pete says this is a
How do you make her go the whole distance?
Ooh, Jello. Jello.
Mm-hmm. How many did we have left?
We had 2 left.
Okay, so that's plenty. Okay, so we just got home from the Brownfield Market, which is one of my favorite places to go for discounted foods. I haven't gone in quite a while. However, we are starting to inch towards spring. So that means we are getting deals. Let me back up. The Brownfield Market is a Amish-owned grocery store. So they are bringing up produce deals like from Pennsylvania. So this week, I was able to see on one of the other Amish stores that I follow on Facebook that they had strawberries and raspberries for a super big deal. And so I called Brownfield Market, who usually has that same deal, but a little bit better. And I called them, and they're a little bit closer to me. Called and asked, and they reserved me some strawberries and raspberries, which the kids are already digging into. So we made the trek down there, spent an hour driving each way, and spent just under $600 on all the food that I am about to show you. So a lot of what we needed right now is actually snack type food, and I use the word need loosely, right? I mean, to survive, we don't exactly need all of the snacks, right? But I do have kids that are going back to school. I have a kid that I need to pack for him every single day. He has to bring his own lunch and snacks. He's going to a different school. I've got one of my kids here helping me right now because, as you can see, we bought a lot of multiples of things. So he is going through and writing down what it is, how many things we got, and then I am going to add to that as far as where I'm storing things, because a lot of these things are actually going to go into the freezer, or freezers, and we have multiple, so that we can make them stretch a bit more, including things like almond flour. I have 12 bags of almond flour that I got today. We'll just start right here, I guess. And this was $2.95 a bag, which is half off compared to, actually I think it's even over half off compared to how much you can get the same bag at Walmart for. So my husband is back on the keto train. I need to be doing things similar to that as well. So I got 12 bags. Even if we only did one bag per month, it's a year's worth of almond flour. So these can be stored in a freezer. All flour really can be, and actually some say that you should freeze your flour and then take it out and store it in a bucket, and it kills any potential bugs, germs, whatever might be in there. I know, it's something we don't really want to think about, right? But this was an amazing deal, and this was as soon as we walked in, which was phenomenal. I only got a bag of each powdered sugar and light brown sugar. These were both $3.50, which really wasn't a very big price savings compared to what you could get at Walmart, which is one of the reasons why I only got that. We do have this original complete pancake mix. This is one of the only ones that I have seen that does not include egg or milk. So that is why I stocked up here, and they're pretty big packages, actually. I think these are pretty big compared to what I would typically get. So this could actually make us like a sheet pan pancake, right? So that's what I'm thinking here. Or we can make them, in batch, in bulk, and we can do other things with pancake mix as well. And my youngest can have these. So we've got 6 boxes here. This is also easy enough that all that needs to be added is water. So my kids could learn to do this, make their own pancakes or waffles in the morning. Speaking of, one of the fun things, which these will be gone in, just a couple weeks. Let's be real. They don't give you very much in here, and I've got 6 kids. These are going to get blasted through. We've got 2, 4, 6, 7 of these various cereals. Some of them were more cheap than others, like these Fruity Pebbles were $1.50. You can't find that in a regular grocery store. This Oreo one, $2.50, $2.75, $2.50 again, and honeycombs, $2.50. So, as Jamarel, my friend Jamarel would say, already gone, right? Like, and these will be for my kids. So, kids, right? They can eat whatever they want and they're fine. Over here, we've got hard and soft taco kits, $1.25 a kit, screaming deal, 6 of them, even if we did taco night twice a month. This is 3 months worth of tacos. Then we did get this maple smoked bacon. These are chicken, actually, I believe. They're not even, yeah, chicken sausage. They had quite a few chicken, I want to call them like chicken pork products, but you know, things that normally would be pork, but they're chicken. And they had a lot of those types of things at the store, and we got quite a bit to try. So here we have, let's see, we have six of these. So again, this will feed a couple people each breakfast. So it's there for however long. Then we've got sweetened coconut. I got this sweetened coconut, plans to use it with the almond flour, though I am now realizing sweetened coconut isn't the greatest idea because it's sweetened with sugar and you shouldn't have that with keto. All right, so I'll figure out something else. We have lots of oatmeal, so I could make some homemade granola. Then we got these thin crust margherita pizzas, as well as pepperoni pizzas, easy rescue night pizzas, as my friend Jamarel likes to say, and I love her for that. This $3, $2.95 for a pepperoni pizza, $1.95 for this thin crust pizza. Like you just can't find prices like that. So great emergency item. I usually make our pizza, but like the other night, my son with special needs wanted pizza and was trying to earn pizza for doing well at school, and I didn't have any cheese. So nice to have these in the freezer, and we will keep them for emergencies. Over here we've got wheat thins. These were $1.75 each. Again, you're not going to find them that cheap in the grocery store. Then I got a few of these cheese balls. I mean, these are pretty much already gone. My sons will just tear through these. I don't get these often at all because one of the orange cheesy powder, but there is some actual like cheese used in this, so this is not safe for my youngest to have, and it makes a mess and all the things, right? But again, we're gonna hide these, we're gonna ration them. But they will be gone within, a month or so. And then we did get 2 packs of these. One was demolished on the way home. This is just another one, just a treat for the kids, and they did so well at the store that they definitely deserved it. We have this huge thing of Slim Jims. These Slim Jims were $12.50. There's how many? I know I looked. There's like 24. Yeah, 24 of these super tall Slim Jims in here at $12.50 for the box. Oh, these fruit roll-up things, $1.25 for this box. Cheese balls, $2.50 for an entire thing. So $5 of fun right there. Ignoring the mess over here, but more snacks, $1.75 for these bunny graham crackers, which are egg and dairy free. So that was one reason to get those. We did get a bunch of bread today. They had some nice discounted racks. So we've got $2 of these Frankfurt rolls, these hot dog buns, and we've got 4 of those with the deal that I got on actual hot dogs today, which I'll just show you. These are not pork hot dogs, these are chicken hot dogs, but they were $1 a piece, and we got a whole bunch of them. How many did I end up getting of the hot dogs?
We got 18.
So we got 18 packs of these hot dogs. So we obviously are going to need some more of the rolls, but we've got 4 bags to get us started. There was only 1 bag of the sub rolls. I really did quite a good job of kind of trying to clean them out of the rolls and bread products that we could have. So I tried to buy ones that don't have dairy and egg. So there was plenty left over for other people of different brands that don't have dairy and egg. And then we also got some of these fully cooked pork sausage links. These are big boxes, 48 counts for $4.75. Oh, this bread was $2 each. Then we have the smoked sausage. I got 6 of these. I do have some recipes planned to get up on the website because I know that this is a relatively cheap and beloved meal by a lot of people in the US. And so I'm going to make some recipes, at least 6 different recipes, and put them on the website. And my kids don't mind this either because it's kind of like a hot dog, right? $1.95 a piece, can't beat that. Then we have a bunch of chicken nuggets for $4.75. This is, this is a lunch or a dinner for my kids. So we've got, let's be real, 12 weeks worth of lunches or dinners, or probably won't even last that long. We'll be honest here. All right, so we've already talked about the hot dogs here for $1 a pack. And then I did get a couple of marshmallow packages for $1.50. The kids have been asking for hot cocoa and we have been out. However, they had these fun hot cocoa drinks, $1.75 each. I got 2 for the Reese's, 1 regular chocolate, and 1 York peppermint patty. So those, already gone, right? They had this keto item. I've never seen this before. But my husband likes to put maple syrup in his coffee. He drinks his coffee black, sometimes with a little bit of maple syrup. So I saw this and I was like, hey, let's go ahead and give this a try. $12.95 for that. Speaking of the meat deals, $2.95 for a pound or for 12 ounces of this bacon. And as you can see, I got a lot. I think I got 20 packages. I can't even tell you at this point. We did just get bacon from my parents, but bacon is one of the foods that we all just kind of plow through. So, 2 packages are needed anytime we make bacon for our family. So that's something that I have to keep in mind is I can't get just 1. It has to be 2. So, we've got 1 breakfast here, 1 breakfast here, 1 breakfast here. It goes away quickly is what I'm saying. And speaking of breakfast, we did get these hash brown patties that my youngest can have and he really likes. $1.95 for these. And let's see, I think I got 6 of those. We needed some sandwich meat. So uncured honey ham for $1.25. This was probably one of the things that I was like, oh, it's a little bit expensive, I think. But still, $1.25. So I got 5 of those. I thought I got 6. 5 of those. And then I got 4 of these family packs of turkey breasts. So lots of sandwich meat happening. That is a really easy lunch for us. My kids don't even have to eat it as a sandwich. They just kind of eat it. Also pepperoni. These were $1 a piece and they only had the 3 left, so I grabbed those. Then we have 2 bags of rigatoni and 2 bags of egg noodles. I have some really fun and great videos planned for you as far as freezer meals and just meal prep and things like that. So we've got some pasta in our future as well as lasagna. I got 3 boxes of this lasagna for $1.75. This rigatoni was $1.35. The egg noodles, $1.75. I did get 1 thing of feta cheese for $3.50. Bread is falling over there. And then I did get 4 cans of red enchilada sauce for 65 cents. We've been out of that for a little bit, so we stocked back up a little. Again, going with the freezer meal items that we needed. I did get some Italian pearled barley. I do have plans to make a soup with this, like a beef and barley stew. Then we have some ginger. I'm almost out of ginger. I just grabbed one. Just grabbed one for now. Their mangoes are like super soft and ready to use. $1 a piece. Limes. Cannot remember what the price of limes are. So if I can remember or figure it out, I'll pop it up on the screen. I did get a bunch of cilantro and parsley, $1 per bunch, which was great. Can't get that at the grocery store. gorgonzola cheese for $1.65, excuse me. Again, not going to find that anywhere else. I do really like roasted red peppers with chicken, $1 each. These pork tenderloins, they are pre-marinated and seasoned, and so I figured at $4.25 each, we would just pick a few, and I mean, there's 4 dinners right there with a little bit of leftovers, so fantastic. Also an easy weeknight dinner, chicken polo asado. So maybe we pair this with our taco items over there. Maybe not. Maybe we just have it with rice like it's shown here. $2.95. So I did just get 3 of them because I assume they're going to be good. But in case my kids don't really care for it, I mean, then we've only got 3. No big deal. Also, to go with our pancakes, I did get 3 of these imitation maple syrup for $2.50. I do like to get real maple syrup. We just have not been able to. It is maple syrup season though here in Maine, so very, very quickly I will be stocking up on our annual supply of maple syrup that I get every year. And then this I got the other day, whole box of green bell peppers. This I believe was about $10 to $15 if I remember correctly. These are what I went down for today. So I got 3 of these raspberries. So as you can see, 12 6-ounce clamshells of the raspberries. Each of these boxes was $15. And then the strawberries here, 8 pounds of strawberries for $10 a flat. And so I did get 3 of those. Then we did manage to get a few bulk items here. Again, they do a really great job of when you buy a box of something, you not only get it, discounted as it is, but you also get a 10% discount when you buy a box. So this was $11 for 24, I want to say. 24 bags of chips. I don't want to open it because I want to be able to stack it. But these will be great for, again, they're Cape Cod potato chips. Great for my son's lunches, snacks. And then we also got, these are, what were these? The veggie straws. So similar concept in individual bags so I can easily pack them in the morning. And then down here we have a box of tortilla chips. So I have plans because we did have Super Bowl Sunday. Say hi, dumpling. We did have Super Bowl Sunday, so I have some items that need to get used up. And so I do have plans for nachos. We were blessed the other day by the church with loads and loads of apples. So that did not come from today's grocery haul, but it is something I wanted to share with you because we are going to be using apples. Plus my kids, this is such a blessing. It's ended up being a whole bushel, I believe, but this is such a huge blessing because we go through apples so quickly. It's one of the primary food groups that's safe for my kids, and I'm tearing up just thinking about it. This was just a huge, huge blessing. And then we have a whole bunch of hamburger rolls. I am making our own bread, and we will be making our own bagels, even though I grabbed some of these. But I have not attempted to master the hamburger rolls just yet, and these were on clearance. So these were $1.35 each. And then these were also on the discount rack for $2 each. Again, I can make us bagels, and that is coming up, but to hold us over or even to just keep in the freezer for an emergency stash portion, great, right? And then I did also get this box the other day. My oldest has been kind of munching through them just as snacks. This was also I want to say this was a $10 case, might have been cheaper, but I think it was $10 for the case of all of these mini peppers. I have plans and I need to get on preserving these as well. All right, so now I've got my kids going out into the freezers and organizing things. I'll go take a double look, but we're going to organize the freezers so that we can get this stuff put in there ASAP. And we've got our list going. So I'm also going to be sharing with you, there's one more grocery haul coming up in this video. And either in this video or the next, I'm going to be showing you how I am meal planning with all of these things. And let's see how far we can get, how much we can stretch. Okay, the last part of our haul here is a combination of Shaw's and BJ's, just based on where I could get things. We have 3 whole milks. We're gonna need milk with all that cereal that we got. Plus I got one more for the baby in case we do some baking or anything like that. Did get a original whip topping for a dessert that I have coming to the blog and to a future video. And then we have 2 things of white bread. I need to make a whole bunch of bread tomorrow, but this will at least get us going. We've been without bread for a little while. We have spinach because I do have some chicken freezer meals in mind, and one of them is a Greek thing. Anyhow, you'll see. Future video. More future videos are going to include these zucchinis, thinking zucchini boats. And I will say that this is actually making me want to grow some more zucchini this year. I got a whole bunch of cheese because we're going to need that for some items, for some meals that I'll be making. So we've got medium cheddar, we've got some Mexican style, and then I did get 3 bags of shredded mozzarella. I plan to do stuffed shells, lasagna. This is great for pizzas if we make pizza. I did get a 10-pound-ish log of 80/20 ground beef. We needed some more hot sauce. This is for a specific recipe. I'm sure you can guess what's going to be used with that. Then we've got some Alfredo. I do have a plan for some chicken Alfredo in like a casserole with some spaghetti squash is kind of my plan there. This also, I'm thinking buffalo chicken, but doing it a little bit differently. Anyhow, we've got some green roasted salsa verde, green, yeah. We've got rosemary, we've got sage, we've got thyme, we've got mint. Adding fresh herbs is always a great way to just make things a little bit different and add a little bit more flavor to especially freezer meals. We had a sale over at Shaw's. Their angel hair pasta was $1 each or 99 cents each, so I did get 12. We are now a 2-box family every time we eat the angel hair, unless we can pair it with something else. So we're either going to need 2 every time we eat it, or 1 if we're going to extend it a little bit. Did get some bananas. Shaw's was the only place that had bananas that were ripe. I was hoping that I was going to be able to get a big batch of ripe bananas at Blackie's. That's usually where I get bulk bananas. They're usually a little overripe, but not actually overripe. We can still eat them. I usually can get them at a discount that way, but they haven't had them lately. So that's what we got there. So we've got jumbo shells there for doing stuffed shells. We've got 4 of these 8x8 pans. You can do 9x13s, but I am actually thinking meal planning wise, meal prep wise, we tend to have multiple things. So not all the time is everyone in my house eating the same thing for dinner. So I figure if I do smaller portions, well, then I can pull one out. It will get eaten in its entirety for dinner and or lunch the next day. We won't have it kicking around in the fridge for an entire week, but I will still make 1 recipe and it will fill 2 of these. So then we essentially get 2 freezer meals in the freezer. Then we've got graham crackers here. Again, this is going to be paired with the whipped topping and some other things that I have up my sleeves. Also snacks for the kids. We've got eggs from BJ's. This is still the best price. I will say I'm noticing that these eggs, when they crack, they tend to not disintegrate, but like I'm getting little teeny tiny pieces of eggshells in things. They don't crack as cleanly as a farm fresh egg would. So hopefully we can get back into the farm fresh eggs soon. Did also get some yogurt for my kiddo that needs lunches packed for him. So we've got strawberry yogurt there. We've got some cream cheese. My husband does not like ricotta, which I did get ricotta for lasagna, but stuffed shells is something that he likes. He does not like ricotta, so we use cream cheese instead of the ricotta. You'll see that coming up in a video as well. Did get some plant butter. I'm glad that BJ's is finally carrying this again. It's been a little while, but this I like to stock up on when I can. Then we've got some heavy whipping cream, good for a multitude of purposes. I did get some Parmesan cheese. This is going to be used in a lot of those pasta dishes. We needed some American cheese. I did get a very large thing of creamer. So this is not oat milk, almond milk creamer, which is a bit of a bummer, but it is super large and will easily last me weeks. So that was kind of the trade-off. My stomach might hate me for it, but it is what it is. And then I have some 5 cheese tortellini. One of these is probably going to be eaten by the family just as is, because I have one kiddo that absolutely loves these. And the other one, I plan to make at least one dish with some of the smoked sausage that we got earlier. So that's the plan for that one. And then over here, as you can see, we got close to 50 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. And so if you can imagine, we have a very specific freezer meal video coming up. Thanks so much for hanging out with me in this video and for going all around what feels like the state of Maine to go grocery shopping. My goal is to not go grocery shopping again for a few months, with the exception of a brand new Aldi that is coming to the state of Maine. First Aldi ever to come here, and they are opening the end of March. So I do have plans to go there. But this food should last us multiple months, with maybe slight fill-ins here and there for like eggs, or not eggs, milk and bananas. Well, probably eggs too. Anyhow, thanks for hanging out with me. Here is our grand total for our full shopping trip. And as you can tell, we have a lot of meal prepping, bulk freezer meals, and general meal prep in the future. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and be on the lookout for those videos coming real soon. Bye.